Treasures come in many forms, and Rosie Sealt of Whittier had her most exciting find just by doing a Google search. This time, she found a photograph of an ancestor in the Civil War. Her find and her search for the photograph is another Whittier hidden gem.
My name is Rosie Sealt. I'm an amateur genealogy buff, and I got started in 1972 after my grandmother and her brother died when I was going through their home with my family members, when we found several boxes of old letters and photographs and a lot of old furniture, and it really piqued my interest and took off. Well, I had been doing something else, and it's my practice from time to time when I turn the computer off. Before I do, I'll just type in the name of an ancestor or a relative and do a Google search to see if anything new has been added to the internet about anybody. My most recent find, and probably one of my most exciting finds ever, was a picture I found online of my great-great-grandfather, Reverend John B. King, in his Civil War uniform.
And how did you find that?
I found it by first doing a Google search, which brought up this listing on findagrave.com, and there his picture was with a brief biography. He had found it in a back issue of Civil War Times. Well, I bought the back issue, which was December 1987, and I found on page 14, and at the bottom of the article it gave the name Richard F. Carlisle of Dayton, Ohio. So I went online and searched for him and found him and emailed him and asked him where he got the picture and the information, and he told me that he had bought the picture in the early 1980s at a Civil War memorabilia show, and that he'd gotten the information from this book, which is called 72 Days at Gettysburg. So I bought the book and eventually talked Mr. Carlisle into selling me the picture, which arrived at my house in January of 2012.
Why was finding this picture special?
Well, one of the most special things for me was he's in his Civil War uniform. And on the back of the picture, another special thing is it tells where the photograph was taken, and by knowing that I can put a date on when it was taken, which would have been in the winter of 1862. When he was in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania training. It was a really fun and pleasant surprise. Yeah, in my searching, I've met a number of other descendants and got to know them. And out of that's come, we're planning a family reunion for this June in Virginia at the battle site where John B. King was mortally wounded.
Now, through all this research, you've written a book.
It's about John B. King and his descendants as well as his ancestors. And it goes back to our immigrant ancestor, Samuel King, who came to Plymouth Colony in 1637. I have so many family papers and pictures that I thought they needed to be shared with other people. That they shouldn't just be in a drawer where nobody could see them or enjoy them or know about them.
I'm looking around the area for hidden gems. Do you think this is one of those?
Yes, I do. Because this is a memento of the Civil War, which was a very important part of our country's history. and it's a very important part of my family's history also. This picture I've sent to a number of other people, and it's got them excited about our family's history, and they've started to do research on their own. And they've also sent me pictures of other family members after I sent this to them, so it's really expanded my photographic portfolio for my family.